morning, Facebook, YouTube. There we go. I hope you can hear me. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube. Welcome to the Coffee and Conversation with none other but me and my husband as we talk about life, love, marriage, ministry, and money. Here we go. Let's grow. If you join us, say good morning, good morning. If you rock out with us, we're getting started a little bit late, but hey, we're here. Here we go. Let's grow. Good morning, husband. I promise you, I'm gonna change that intro this year in 2020. In 2025, I'm gonna change the intro. I promise. Good
hmm
morning, sir. Welcome to
Good
the Coffee
morning, man.
Conversation.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm good, husband.
Good morning, everybody. We want to just welcome you in. It's we haven't seen y'all since last year. It's been a long time, but no, we're looking forward to today. Do me a favor. While my wife is maneuvering through her multiple platforms, do us a favor and
Really?
go and like, subscribe, but also share. Please share. So while we're taking our time to navigate through the multiple platforms, we want you to take this time to share and just real quick drop in a good morning. Tell us good morning. We love to know who's with us this morning. We have some very consistent people who kind of roll with us on a consistent basis, and we are enjoying talking in front of you.
Husband,
So
you know it's how Bill's been. Have it been a year? It's been a year since we've been doing this, right?
I don't know. I just keep showing up, and
Yeah.
so it's probably been a year. I just enjoy talking to my wife and having some real life conversation. Today's gonna be a real life conversation. We
Yes, it really is.
and what we're gonna talk about, many of y'all have already conquered. Go ahead and say good morning. I want to know who you are. I want to know who's out there. Say good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, good morning,
Come on here
Miss
up early in
Legacy.
2025. I saw on the prayer call. Bitch told me you was on
Yeah,
prayer.
I looked. I say somebody woke up.
He
but
missed.
today we're gonna talk about something that many of y'all have probably already conquered. Me and my wife are probably late bloomers. We try to be ahead of the curve on a lot of different things. But this one here, good morning,
Good
Miss
morning.
Holmes. This one here, I think that we're late bloomers on, but we still gonna talk about it because I think that we have some things we can learn. I think you have some things you can still learn on this topic. We went through a traumatic situation, and we want to talk about our
You
traumatic
say it's
situation.
traumatic. It's not traumatic.
It was traumatic for me.
I
I'm still traumatized. I won't lie.
know,
Um,
me too, sir.
So we're gonna talk about this morning. Just have a little open discussion. We're gonna talk about our grief recovery here.
What
So
we talking about?
our grief recovery.
I mean, we're not making fun of that, y'all, but we are grieving right
Yeah.
now, and it may be funny to y'all, but it's happening to us right now. So, bitch, you want to go and tell them what we talk? So, I put on the thing. I called it life be lifing, right? Life be lifing is what we're discussing today. Yeah, I'm getting ready for work all at the same time. Life be lifing
My
is
earrings
what we're
on.
discussing today. And so, Bishop, let's chime in. Let's go. You
So
ready?
yes, yeah, we're ready. So first, I want to say this: Father God, I come praying over everyone's year this year, Lord
Yes,
God. We are graced with the opportunity to have multiple ears and multiple eyes on this in this moment, God. So we want to take advantage. You say with two or three gather your name, you be in the midst. So God, we want to take advantage of this moment just to say we pray over everyone's day. We
yes,
pray over everyone's week, over everyone's month. Most of all, God, we pray over everyone's year, Lord. Let this year be a powerful, powerful, powerful year to where we
yeah.
get more than what we bargained for. The stress is low, the blessing is high, and the joy is just outrageous, God. We love you, man, and we adore your name. Pray, amen. Just want to always
Amen.
take that chance. Happy New Year's, everybody. But listen, today, what are we going to talk about? I don't know how you started out, but I will say, I guess my wife called it life be life. But here recently, me and my wife, we had a very, I say traumatic experience. And like I said, many of y'all have already experienced this, but we're going to talk about us losing, I'm going to say you lose, us transitioning our daughter out of our home. Us transitioning our daughter out of our home.
Mm.
If y'all have already experienced, a child leaving, for a long period of time, go ahead and just put the number one in there. Say, I've already been through that. And if you have never experienced a child leaving your home, put the number two. One, you've already experienced a child leaving your home, like literally for good, like not coming back ever. It may come back and spend the night every now and then, but forever gone. If you already experienced that, put the number one. If you never experienced that, put the number two. I want to know how many people that's listening have already experienced this, and I want to know how many people who's listening who's never experienced this. Remember, one, you've already had a child leave home. Two, you've never had a child leave home. And to me, that's me and my wife. We went through this. So we're gonna tell you the story. We're gonna start telling the story about what happened. And I want my wife to. I never had a child leave home. Baby, you muted again. You muted again, baby. What happened? You disconnected it from the cable?
No,
There you go.
yeah. I said, she say I'm ready. I say, oh, you thought
Oh,
we
you
we thought
think
we
you
was
are.
until the day came for our baby to leave and no longer be with us here in the house anymore. So it's a different transition. So for that person, like you are, you ready for that? I don't know. I thought I was, but I'm not.
No, no. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Somebody called me. And so, let's talk about some things leading up to it. Let's talk a little bit about the dynamic of our family. So,
Now, what's the
uh,
topic? Because I gotta have a topic. I don't have one.
preparing for transition. I guess we call it preparing, recovering from transition, or,
Recovery.
um, um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to even
I
title
said
this
life be
because
life, and that's it. It's just a part of life. Because we talk about life, love, marriage, and ministry. So this is life. So life
yeah.
be life. I don't know how to spell life, but oh
No,
well.
put family transitions. Family
Family
transitions.
transition. Okay, go ahead.
Our topic is family transitions. So I want to talk about this because there's a lot of things we can share on this topic. I'd say number one, so our family, we are a close knit family. We've been through a lot together, and we have grew together, learned together, and we love each other. We truly do love each other, and so I want to talk about let's talk about the date. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about the dating stage of our daughter. The the we had.
Listen, and we did a podcast together. I think it's coming out next week.
Mhm.
Me and our baby Kiana, we did a podcast together, and so it'll be coming out next week. But I want us to kind of share our experience before I give, her experience.
And I say this here, right? So if you listen to this morning, I want you to learn from this, and I want you to kind of share because I think we did some things right. I think we actually caused this transition and how it happened. So I'm talking about this, right? So our daughter fell in love with a very my first of all I want to say I'm proud my daughter was a virgin. I'm pretty sure by now she's no longer a virgin. I'm pretty sure by now. But my daughter was a virgin. I don't know how that happened. I cannot explain how we got lucky.
I want to say this to that person that you the way that we did it. I'm not saying the way that we did it is perfect. So I feel like we need to talk to three different dynamics, right? Because this is still a phase for us. So we love to talk about our experience and what we went through and what we've gone through, and just share it on our coffee conversation. Just have a real life conversation with you guys. And one of the things is that talking to that person that you have children and things to create that builds things that they remember, and leaving a root or seed in them to remind them of things. And then to that person that you're in the transition of your child getting ready to leave, or they're getting ready to graduate from high school or college or whatever, going through that phase, and then the phase of when they leave. I think there's three different dynamics, three different audiences that we're speaking to this morning. And I would say for us, when it started, I learned a lot from two people that are so near and dear to me, because you think you're doing parenting right, and some of the times you mess up as a parent. Can you put the
Yeah.
number one on the screen? If I mess up as a parent, I make mistakes. I thought, and nothing against my parents, they did what they knew to do, and I only did what I knew to do. And so there was a lot of mistakes that I made as a parent and as a mother, I would say, on my end. And so there were some things and some spaces that I had to create for my children in order to build an essence of, hey ladies, this is the right way, or don't do it mama's way, or don't be out here in these streets, just allowing men, once they take it, that's it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm thinking we ought to go that route, like to where what we taught them, I taught, and I'm about y'all, this real conversation. Y'all ready? I'm gonna need y'all to type in the screen. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want you, what I want to show you is that some things that we did to create things that they would always remember, things that they would never forget, right?
Yeah.
And one of those things was that because I have girls, and I learned from two dear people to my heart, and that was Lady Hines, Aisha Hines, my best friend, my
Hey, Miss
sister in
Kim.
Christ. Good morning, Mama Kim, my sister in Christ, and Sister Sherelle. They taught, and it's so crazy. These things I learned from them on how they communicated with their children. And my baby ended up marrying Sister Sherelle's son
That's crazy, right?
out of all people. And I would tell her that all the time, how I looked up to her and how she communicated with her children.
I want you to pause just for a second. Just pause just
Mhm.
for a second, because I know somebody's out there listening and they may be passively listening. But listen, I want you to really take some. We're gonna share some really aggressive
Good
notes on
morning,
how.
Shamira.
Hey, Mr. Wilson, we're gonna share some really aggressive notes on how we really, how we really connect with our children, how we really let our children, and some things we make some mistakes and make some positive things in. So listen, get with your husband, share some notes, because especially fathers, I'm gonna share some very intimate things as I did as a father to help me make sure that even though I'm grieving my daughter's loss, I know that she's gonna be okay.
Baby, stop saying lost. She's not lost.
Oh, I'm
You're
grieving my
grieving your
daughter's
daughter
transition,
leaving the
transition,
nest. Just say
transition.
she's leaving. She left the nest.
Yeah. So go ahead. I want to make sure that everybody's really paying attention because we're gonna share some intimate stuff today.
So what we found out was that when we first started parenting, so I guess this in turned into parenting, right? When we first started, we always say there's a part in our book, Marriage Survival Guide, that we wrote, parenting is a partnership. And so type that in the screen. Parenting is a partnership. I don't care if the father is away from home or the father is there, and even if they're not, you can still create a space to teach your children the things that we probably wouldn't taught. And nothing, again, nothing against other parents, but you'll be able to teach your kids that. And so with that, I noticed that I did not really communicate with my children. I did not really give them a voice because that's not just how I was raised. But I found out later that my children were very, very intelligent, like 6 and 7. Alana, we found out, was very intelligent. I think at the age of, this girl knew ellipses at like the age of 7. I didn't
7.
even know what that was. So it was, what you say, husband?
I say 7.
7. It was like, oh my gosh, she knows that. So here's the thing is that we found out that we had two different parenting styles, but I wanted my children when they left the nest, because this is the thing that one Lady Hines taught me, was that your children do not have to choose you when they leave.
No.
Who can you type that? Your children do not have to choose you when they leave. They don't have to talk to you. They don't have to communicate with you. They don't have to reach out to you. They don't even have to show up, baby, when you in the nursing home. Your children do not have to choose you, but it's creating a space for them to choose you. And I wanted my girls, because we have 3 girls. I wanted my girls to choose me when they got older. And how do you allow them to choose you? I wanted them to feel comfortable with talking to me about everything from the bank account to the bedroom. Type that, even
Yeah.
if it's uncomfortable. Jesus. From the bank account to the bedroom, I wanted them to be able to talk to me. And so we created this space. And it started with understanding when they started their, let's just say, cycle. Okay. We got women on here, and this, I hope social media don't do it, but started their cycle. I created a space where they were able to, I went and I bought a basket. I took them out to eat. I made their experience in that lane something major, like, let me take y'all out. When they call me and say, hey, it happened at school, no problem, no sweat, let's go shopping, we're gonna go out to eat. Now, we couldn't shop like that because we was broke, but we took them out to eat, and I made sure I got them a basket. And in this basket, it had all the tools, a little small purse, a little, little napkins, things that they needed to be able to put in their backpacks. So, and telling them the ropes and giving them an understanding that this is what you need, as well as later on, we created a space of, when you turn 13, daddy is going to take you out. That's his
Yeah.
experience. He came up with that. Hey, I'm going to when you turn 13, you're going out with me and you're going to have your first date with your daddy. It's creating spaces that then get you to a point to say, okay, now you've instilled something into them to where they'll never forget. And then it's how you communicate with them and how you talk to them, to where I believe we didn't make our daughter say you're gonna be a virgin, because we sure wouldn't. But we didn't tell our daughter that. But we did say, hey, be careful. You
Yeah,
know, she went on
yeah.
dates, all that. I'm sorry, I took over, but you
That's
understand what
okay. But I wanted to add this here. I think that good morning, Miss
I'm
Shine.
one time.
I wanted to say this here, because it don't happen on accident. Children don't raise themselves. It don't happen on accident. And I'm gonna say two things. It don't happen on accident. Number two, even if your child has graduated and moved out the house, it's not too late. It's not too late to develop a relationship with them that's gonna be advantageous. So I talk. Let's kind of bounce back a little bit, because my wife mentioned how I did take him out for this 13th birthday. So every 13th birthday, I take my daughters out. We have a full out, I call it like a pre wedding, because
Can we
you
talk
know
about how it goes? Like they dress up, you don't get to see them until they get ready for their date with you. You only see
mhm.
them when they walk out. But go
And
ahead.
you spend time with them that morning, getting them ready, get buying their dresses, before then, and getting their makeup done, and it's almost like, like I don't see my little, angel until she's all done all up, and we go out. Husbands, I highly suggest. Good
Good
morning, Pastor.
morning.
Hi,
Good morning.
hey, how you doing, man of God? So we go out together, and we have a dinner. At this dinner, I take them to the highest. It's been the same restaurant. We take them to Perry Steakhouse. They really enjoy the ambiance, the environment. I let them order whatever they want to order. And at the end, I give them a ring, and it's a promise ring. And I say, hey, and I'm gonna tell you why. Well, I'm saying what I did. I'm gonna tell you why I started doing that. I give them a promise ring, and I look at them. I say, look here, I'm not asking you to promise me that you're gonna stay a virgin, but I do ask you to consider, before you give yourself up, that someone loves you enough to hold back and,
Aw,
and reserve yourself. And it's a very intimate moment. My dad still take us. Oh,
I
go ahead,
love
then.
it. That's a good idea. I like
Yeah,
that.
I like that.
Thank
Um,
you.
so and it's so valuable that we invest in our children. So and it's very valuable. They look forward to it. And even Maddie, she's the biggest tomboy in the house, and she even enjoyed being dolled up and everything. It was just a beautiful experience. But why? Why did I do that? I never forget. If I tell you a quick story, and women, please listen to this and share with your husbands. Husbands, listen to this. Fathers, listen to this. I was a provider. I was a provider for my family. I wanted to make sure my children had everything they needed, everything I didn't have. I want to make sure my family was never without. So my wife, I left her to raise the kids. I would go out and I worked, work. And so my daughter was like maybe 10. And I never forget this. My wife left home, and whenever she came back, about a week later, she said, "Babe, you didn't know this happened, but Kiana was terrified whenever I left her home with you." And at first, I'm like, "Man, what did your daddy do? I just want to stay home." She's like, because she went to my wife and said, "Hey, you leave me home with daddy by myself?" And
And then I was like, hey, I know you ain't, because you got to ask questions knowing that you
yeah,
didn't. But I'm
yeah.
just like, what? Why is my baby acting like this? But she was terrified of you. She was scared of you because you was so mean.
And she said, "Dad, Dad, you leave me home with daddy." And then couldn't find out. I didn't realize up until that day I'd never been at home by myself with my daughter. So maybe it's when she's a baby, but not as she moved around. And so I realized, man, I worked so hard and I was trying my best to do so much, but I wasn't a parent. I never kissed my children, never hugged my children. I was just fathering, fathering, fathering. And I told myself that day that before my baby leave, and this comes true now, my baby would look forward to me hugging her, would look
Come on,
forward to me
husband.
kissing her, look forward to me, being there. And I mean, right now, my daughter come home right now. I'm giving me a kiss. I'm giving me a hug. I'm loving on them because I realize that's valuable. You cannot get so caught up on, providing that you can't be a parent.
Let's say that because we were so busy. I would never forget. We were so busy in the church. And y'all, we're going to go to where we're talking about our baby leaving for the new people that's jumping on. We're talking about the transition of our baby leaving our house and getting married. And I can't wait. I'm going to share a video today. We went to go look at her wedding dress and had all the bridesmaids there. It was absolutely amazing. A dream come true, but it's still just a grieving moment for me as a mother that my baby is really out of my house. But long story short is that we realized there's a lot of mistakes that we made. I know pastoring a church, well, there was a time we put the church, she was 11,
Yeah.
and she told us that, mama, daddy, we sat down and we said, is there anything that we can do to be able to change. I love this. It's never too late. You right. Can I pause and park and tell people out there that it is never too late? If you are a father, if you are a mother, and you made mistakes, you messed up, you're not there for your child, you're not communicating with them. I love the fact about being a parent, you get a chance to have Groundhog's Day. It's like Groundhog's Day. You get a chance to repeat because your children are going to love you in spite of and whatever is going on. So you always get a chance to make it right. I don't know how this end up going here, but I'm glad we're talking about it because I think the power of partnership and parenting is so important and so necessary for a child, and it's so needed so that when they leave the nest that they're ready, not ready because I don't think they'll ever be ready, but be prepared. But one of the things I would say is that we put the church before our kids and we ask them, what are we doing that we can do better as parents? Never get so busy making a living you forget to come on, live for your family. One of the things that we did, we had asked them a question. And sometimes as a parent, you got to be willing to ask the hard questions. You got to be willing to pause and ask the hard question and be ready to take the criticism of your child and not have a rebuttal and not have a, well, no, that wasn't me. So we sat down and I asked him, I told my husband, I said, I feel so disconnected from my children and something is going on. As a mother, you should be able to have enough discernment, enough. And if you don't, go into prayer, ask God to reveal to you the things that your children need from you, and God revealed it to me. And I remember walking through the house and I kept feeling a disconnect from my children. They weren't communicating with us, they wasn't talking to us. We were just living in the house like what do you call it, like
I
not
don't know. It's
neighbors
just
but
like
roommates.
roommates.
And I didn't like that. And so we had the conversation and we asked our kids, what is it that we could do different to become a better us, right? And the kids told us these words that, well, we just feel like y'all put the church before us. That was like a gut punch. What?
And it was
You
true.
put the church before us. You go to everybody else's house. We always say the worst thing we could have ever done was a situation with our daughter. She was somewhere and something happened, and that shouldn't have never happened. But we realize that we have to communicate with our children. I dare you to put on the screen, there's power in communicating with your children.
Yep.
Is power and communicating with your children. And no matter what age they are, no matter how old they are, when you communicate with your children, wherever they are, you can always change the trajectory of your relationship with them. And that day was the changing of our relationship with our daughters. And we started making them the priority and taking care of our home first and then taking care of the church. Come here. Let the church say amen.
And I say this here, this is huge for me too because the social media world, um, we have parents who are
Come on.
post parents, post parents, and what that means, you keep posting these moments, making the world think that you're the greatest parent in the world,
Come on,
but
husband.
that child is tired of you taking a picture of a moment. You're not there after the moment. You're not there before the
That
moment.
part.
And one thing about it, you can't be a post parent. And you got to be aware of that. My children will be quick. We'll be in a moment, and they'll say, "Hold up, don't take a picture of this." We want to make sure. Listen, and don't be so quick to take pictures in all the moments,
Yeah,
because
okay,
some
I'm the
moments can be
victim of
sacred.
that, baby. I'm the one, baby. I want every moment on a video, and I want to be able to put it up in my drive and be able to have it, and then I want to post it. Baby, them kids will tell me, no, this is not the time. Okay, fine. This ain't it.
So this is I'm getting topic. What the bitch doing the topic paper?
I'm like, what you doing with tissue?
See, I'm gonna do a demonstration with my toilet paper.
Okay, go ahead, husband.
Yes. So listen, and so as my wife was, we learned one day my daughter had a hard conversation with us about that, and then another time my daughter had a hard conversation with us because she had made a decision that she didn't tell us about, and she had done something that we didn't know nothing about. And I never forget this day, and I
And
realized,
that was against what we believe and what we what you call it, and what we taught them. What
yeah,
happens when your kids do something that against your will? Yeah, go ahead.
and parenting is so important, right? And so this is the second thing. So we talked about in the beginning. So we can tailor that first part in the beginning. And then if I was tired of this section, I'm gonna say time is short. We had to realize that we didn't have a lot of time left. We had to really maximize the time, and right when my daughter got to high school. So I never forget having this meeting, and Kiana, I told us, look at baby, I need to talk to you. And so I don't have a lot of time left. I made some mistakes. Parents, I need you to realize you don't have a lot of time left. And we have 3 kids. And I sit down to Kiana, and we was at Denny's, I think Denny's restaurant, IHOP, somewhere, some restaurant that they had served breakfast. And I said, I'll be right back. I went to the bathroom and came back with some toilet paper. I said, look here, this is you. I have 4 years left with you. This is, if you look at the toilet papers, one, two, three. Oh, hold up. One of this is her. Yeah, this is her. I got too many on there. So I got to take one off. I got 4 years left with you. It's one, two, three, four. That's it. I said, this is it. My time is running out. Many people don't realize your child's not going to be home forever.
Come
And if
on,
you don't
husband.
put a visual perspective to it, your child won't be home forever. You'll look up and you think, I got forever to raise my child. I got forever to be there. I got forever. Forever ain't forever. I said, look, sweetheart, this is you. This is all I got. I said, this is Alana. I said, I got 6 years with Alana. So if you compare you and Alana, you know, your time is short. And I said, this is Maddie. Maddie, I had a long time with her. This is like 8 years or 10 years or whatever, right?
Hmm.
But put in perspective, I say, so what I'm going to have to do, I messed up. It's not your fault. But I'm going to jam pack life in these last 4 years.
Come
I'm
on.
going to teach you everything I know. I'm going to give you everything I got. And it's going to get uncomfortable. It's going to get tough. It's going to get hard. You're not going to like me sometimes. I'm not going to like you sometimes. But I promise you, over these last 4 years, I'm going to put everything in you that I did not put in you the first 10 years I should have been doing it. I apologize. I'm sorry, but it's going to be worth it. And starting that day, every time I thought about something that I did not give her, how to change the tire, how to check air pressure in the tire, how to change the battery, how to say no, how to recognize guys when they don't want you to. I mean, everything. I had to be so intentional.
That part.
And as the time went short, and I never forget, I don't know if I'm going too fast, but I want to say this here to the parents out there, maximize the time. I never forget, my daughter started dating, and she text action. She said, Dad, you know, dating, parents, don't be cool. It's not time for being cool. I really got to say, I think that we had a strong hand in things not going left in this dating process, and
Hmm.
we had a strong hand in it's time for y'all to figure out what y'all gonna do. How many of y'all know parents is the decider of when children get married? Parents are the decider of when children don't get married. We have a lot of say in that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Wait,
And
can I
so,
say this? We also let our children date at the age of 13,
yes, oh
which
yes,
most people would not agree with. But we learned from a younger teenager that let us know if you don't let them date, they're going to date behind your back anyway. And
yep.
we dated at the age of 13. We were together at 13 years old. So we opened that door for them to date at the age of 13. We're not telling everybody to do that, but we did not put a strict hold on them. Now they couldn't go out. The guy could come over, but you're not going to go out with them until you turn a certain age. And now that you go out with them, be respectful. Make sure you don't do stuff wrong. And we did that. We let our kids have that freedom.
You're not fitting go in that back room and shut that door. God dog
Period.
it. But so we sit there and we have to make some decisions. So I never forget this here. I gotta talk about this here. So I'm riding around with my daughter. She just started dating Markel. Markel, my new son-in-law. He took my last name and snatched it off my daughter and put his last name on there. But anyways, Mr. Markel.
Y'all, wait. He feels we both feel some type of way. She got in a meeting yesterday talking about my name is Kiana Denson. Ugh. Can you put Harden Dash Denson? No, ma'am,
Yeah.
because I'm a Denson. Ugh. Who want to hear that? But go ahead.
So my daughter's riding with me, and this is for every parent out there. Shh, I wish my mom could hear this.
Oh.
So so we was riding with my daughter, and my daughter asked me a question. All the fathers, all the mothers, listen to this question. She started dating. She's mature. She's in college, half grown. And she asked me, said, Dad, me and Markel, we're dating, and can I, if could I spend the night at his house sometimes while we're riding? She's in college. She's probably what 20 years old at the time,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe 19 or 20.
19, 19.
19 at the time, and she's doing good. She's not getting in trouble. I'm gonna tell you right now, how many of y'all know not getting in trouble is not a good excuse to let them do what you know they shouldn't do? when we think a child's doing good, doesn't do it. No, no, it's still time to hold standards. And
Right.
she's riding the car and said, "Dad, do you think I can stay at my
Wait, let
care
me
house?"
pause. I'm so sorry, baby, because at 19, I didn't ask my parents nothing.
Nothing. We wouldn't
I
even
ain't
home.
asked for permission for nothing. I did. But go
Yeah.
ahead, yeah. Thank you,
And
Lord.
and she said, "Dad, can I stay at my care house sometimes?" And I'm literally driving, and I said, "The answer is no, but I don't know why. I'm gonna let you know why in a minute." And listen, can I
Yes.
tell you that was the most powerful no I ever gave my child? My daughter wouldn't be married now if I wouldn't have said no then. I'm explaining to you why. And so, and I need y'all to hear this, y'all. It's time for us to become more involved in parenting. Stop letting parenting be something you push off because you keep pushing off. Eventually, you won't be able to do it no more. And then, like my wife said, they won't choose you to come back and let you keep parenting them. We still
Right.
parent our child today. Anyway,
Yeah.
so she said, I said no, but I'll let you know why. It took about 3 or 4 days, and it hit me. I came to her and said, "Baby, I figured out why it's no." And she said, "Yes, sir, why?" And she was very understanding. I said, "Babe, right now you got one set of rules, and that's my house. My house, you have rules." I said, "The moment you stay at his house," now I said, "Right now you have one option, and that's my house, and my house have rules." I said, "The moment you stay at his house, now you have two options. Now my rules don't seem so desirable because you're gonna think to yourself, the first time I say something, you get, I got somewhere to go. I got somewhere to go." I said, "So the moment you have somewhere else to go, it's time for you to go there. Because I don't have the time to be trying to fight you to follow my rules while you trying to fight to figure out if you want to stay here."
Come on,
And
sir.
she looked at me and she said, "Hmm." So I shared that with you. See, what happened? We should be trying to be cool, but just being cool is not the answer. Ask of why am I doing this? And saying no is not a good answer. You got to figure out why. No, but I'll let you know why. That's powerful. It's okay to give
Yeah.
it. Yes, it's okay to give
It's
an
okay to
explanation.
give an explanation. And I think what happens is because we did it, you know what I'm saying? Because my husband and I, we lived together before we were married. You know what I'm saying? Don't make it right though. We
No,
got to think about it because things happen and we don't take it away. And I'm not knocking nobody that does. That's not what we're doing here.
no.
I'm talking about your children
And we're not
because of
perfect.
mistakes. Come
We
on,
accidentally got here. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, I
accidentally,
made mistakes. My
baby.
ch- my child made every choice. Cause my child could have said, "You know what? Screw you, Dad. I'm going to move out. I don't got to be here in the first place. I'm deuces. I'm gone." So we
Which
we
I
got
thought that's
blessed.
what she was going to do because I did that. I
Yeah.
thought that's what she was going to do, but she didn't. But I believe it goes all the way back to that 10-year-old, that 11-year-old that we stopped and started to pour into. We
Yes.
started to pour into them. And I believe, again, every parent has another chance, another opportunity. But long story short, we realized that we had to set, the Bible says that there should be standards
Yes.
and you have to lift up a standard up against the enemy, and that's what we did. We made sure that we communicated with our child to let her know, like, this is what we did, but don't make it right. We
Yeah.
want you to do it the right way, but it's up to you. It's your choice. We always gave her a choice. We give all our girls, you got a choice. When you leave this house, baby, we don't know what you're doing outside this house.
No.
It is up to you, but what I will do is remind you, this is not your portion.
Yeah.
Who you're being outside this house is not your portion. It's not who you're designed to be. You are greater than that. You are beautiful. You're wonderfully made. There's no other woman like you, girl. You are a person to reckon with, sugar. When
Yeah.
you speak those things into your children, baby, it gives them the confidence to keep going, and it allows them to see their worth
Yeah.
because my mama believe in me, my daddy believe in me, man, I believe in me.
And I'm gonna
And
tell y'all this. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you
now
off.
I was just gonna say we gotta believe in our kids. Go ahead, husband.
I'm gonna tell you this, right? Especially if you're a parent, if you're a co-parent, and co-parent, I mean y'all both in the same house. Maybe
Right.
you're a father and you're fathering from another house, and your mothering from another house. Watch this here. This is so valuable. This is so valuable. I wouldn't have done what I did. I wouldn't have made the changes I made. My wife wouldn't have made the changes she made if we wasn't willing to listen to each other. I'm gonna tell you this here. You don't know everything.
Period.
You don't know everything. And my children had to tell us some things we did wrong, and we had to change. My wife had to tell me something, baby. You making some mistakes with your
Yeah, because I
daughter.
believe in, baby, I'm gonna beat your tail. Do that again. I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna whoop you for every little thing you do. And I found out that was not always the key. Nothing wrong with spatula, but whatever. The rod spatula, whatever they say.
Yeah.
But I realized too, by my husband. He was like, babe, I know you want to whoop them for everything, but you want to talk to them and communicate. You said you want a relationship with them. And so I realized I wanted that relationship. So when my daughter,
Okay, one of the biggest thing wasn't even a whooping that I had to give it you. It was the you. My wife is a woman. She would get frustrated. She'd shut down. You know what?
true, that's
You know
true.
what? You want to learn? I'm gonna let you learn. And I said, but no, no, no. You got to keep talking to them. They need to hear your voice.
Right.
And she thought, well, they're not gonna listen to me, so keep talking to them. And she had to teach me some things that I was like, I talk crazy to them. I used to say some like, babe, you can't talk to them girls.
Right.
You
Right.
can't talk to them girls like that, and we have to learn.
Yeah.
I hope that if this happens, to somebody throw a three on the screen. This if this happens, you throw a three on the screen.
I hope this is helping. Listen,
So
so we're at a point now. Our baby it told us the day.
hold on, I want to say one more thing real quick.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
want to because I think it's very important to me as a father.
Okay.
So they're dating, right? They're dating, and as a father, I realize, okay, I don't know if I can say this.
What you finna say? Wait,
I don't know.
what?
No, it's cool. Thank you, Miss Shine, for sharing. As a father, I have to realize
What's
that
up, DJ?
what's up, Doc? You know, the person I can say Doc to and is actually legit. I'm good. Can't stand. What's up, Doc? No,
He
but
can't
anyways,
stand it.
this come today. I realized that that as a father, as a man, you have to realize that you got to start putting some limitations on these dudes. You, if I'm talking to all the daddy, the daughter daddies, the dads got daughters. I realized Markel's a good guy. But I realized at some point the time is running out. Like this is like, hey, what y'all doing? She coming here, she going there, she driving way up there, you driving way down here. He's like, as a father, my wife didn't get it, but as a father, I understand. Hold up, this is. I know me, and I'm gonna keep doing this as long as I can, and I keep housing the girl you keep spending all day with. You come dropping off on me. You better hear me. You done took her out and spent all day, but you bring her back to me, and I gotta feed her and clothe her. Y'all have been hugging up and kissing up at the house. Now you bring her back home. At some point, fathers, you got control of this. Mamas, I mean, if you don't have a daddy to hold up, you gotta say it. What y'all doing? Y'all getting listen, y'all doing all the y'all having all the moments. Y'all get into it, you drop off, and I gotta deal with the emotions and then when she gone and now y'all good, y'all happy. We do at some point somebody gotta say, what y'all doing? See, I think dating is lasting a long time because nobody is saying, what are y'all doing? And listen, watch this. If I would have let her stay at his house, it would have been convenience.
Come on, Bishop.
Inconvenience caused marriage. Inconvenience caused marriage. She driving way. The Lord set it up to where her job was in the woodlands,
Right.
and he lived where
In
in
the
the
wilderness.
woodlands. She had to pass his house up and come home, and then go back to his house.
Jesus on the mainland.
And so, and at this point, as a father, I have to realize, hold up, I can keep letting this process happen, or I can say, what is the standard? And I asked him. I said in my office, right over here, in the chair. I put him in the chair, and I asked him. I say, what y'all doing? What you mean? What y'all doing? I mean, you picking up and dropping off, and luckily they wasn't having sex. They were having sex. I tell them, listen, I tell my daughter, y'all want to feel the real path of righteousness? I say the moment I find out you having sex,
If I sniff it and
if I,
smell it spiritually, you better not let me.
the moment I feel in my shana na 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 that you having sex, you got 30 days.
That's it.
My
I don't
wife,
care. Judge us. We really don't care. This and for this house, we will serve the Lord.
because
Yes.
if you can, if listen, I don't house another joker's
No, Bishop.
sexual pleasures. If you can sleep with her, you can house her. And we got to, so even though I wasn't there in the beginning, I started being there in the middle, and doggone it, I was there in the end to say, what y'all doing? And listen, and he had to realize, and he said to me, you know what, we had this and we talked about that, but it I think it woke up the man in him, it woke up the woman in her, Shantae say, smell
Well, I'm
it.
telling you, better not let me think it, babe. Because I don't care what nobody say. When your child, you know how we were. Mama knew we didn't. Girl, you start
You
acting
start
different.
twitching
You start
different and acting
twitching
different.
different. Baby, let you come here twitch different and you got 30 days. And you got to
And
get up out of here. I love you though. Baby, I love you. That's between you and the Lord. But for me in this house,
now I say to every parent,
two grown women that's having sex in my house.
Pastor Bill,
Oh, hey, Pastor, listen, two grown women having sex in my house
ain't gonna happen.
ain't gonna happen because we
And
gonna
if you a
fight.
parent that you know your child having sex in your house, you wrong. You
Oh, Bishop, no,
wrong.
you can't tell them folks that. That's their
You
house. That's
wrong.
what they.
If you know your child is in the back room having sex in your address and they ain't married and they ain't you just told them it's okay to listen, you until see y'all thought this was going a whole different other direction. We need more fathers. Listen, listen, no, 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 no. And I told him, see, I told y'all a nice version, but I said I don't house another joker's vaginas. I don't do that. The moment that you start
Make
having,
pause, bitch, because you gotta let that sit, because that's exactly what he said.
I had some more verbiage in there. I use the N word, but I can't use the N word. But listen, that's my daughter. I love my daughter enough to realize if my daughter get this situation get drug out, it's my fault. And my wife, she didn't understand. And she's like, baby, you can't push them. I didn't push them to get married. I didn't push them to get married. I say, what we doing? What we doing? Y'all, listen, y'all been going on a long time here. This has been
Yeah.
cute and funny, but sound like y'all getting comfortable in this stage. And what happens, that usually transition whenever you get stagnant, frustration comes in. Frustration comes in, argument starts happening, and now y'all start, it's like you got to step up and start saying something.
Right,
And he came to me and he said, well, we had a plan, we got this and everything. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I told him, won't anything be perfect?
right.
It would never be a perfect time to have kids. It'll never be a perfect time to move out. It'll never be a perfect time. Every time you always find a reason. So you got to ask yourself, is this your wife?
Yeah.
And he came to me like a man about 3 months
Like,
later.
remind y'all, Bishop did this in year one. My
No, year
excuse me.
two. I did that year two.
It was year one and a half,
Oh, year
but
one and a half. Year one and a half.
but within the 2 year mark, and he left it. You know how somebody say something and they drop the mic and walk away? It was that kind of conversation
Left it
to
alone.
where it is up to you on your decision. And so I believe that he started thinking and real. And one thing I do love about my husband is that he a man. Like he ain't finna play games. He like you ain't finna play games with his daughters, with his wife. You're not just finna do that. And so his thing is that y'all got to figure something out. If y'all gonna be together, be together. If you're not, y'all need to go on down the street and go your separate ways or whatever y'all gonna decide to do. And he put something on the canvas of his mind to make him think. And you know, a year later, he came back and he asked for our permission for marriage. Now,
And listen, I'm gonna say, men. I'm a man, and I know, not in this house, not speaking ill of my parents, but I know for sure if they took this approach with me as an age, I would have did different decisions. And that's what we got to
me
understand.
too.
As a man, I realize people have to push me to make hard decisions because men are we afraid to fail
All right.
and we'll stretch things out. And listen, I know my daughter type person. She was thinking it already. I know my daughter. You know how long we gonna? Cause my daughter say I'm a wife. I'm not a girlfriend.
No, say
Woo!
that one. Type that to every woman that's single.
My daughter says
I'm
flat
about
out,
to
I'm
do
a
something.
wife. I'm not a girlfriend.
I want to say this. Type that I'm a wife and not a girlfriend, because here's the thing is if you don't see yourself as a woman that's marriage material, you'll be out here acting like a girlfriend and not a wife.
Hmm.
Catch that in your shana now.
And
You'll
he
be
have a
out here
wife and you
acting
still
like
a girlfriend.
he has. What you say?
And he has a wife and you still a girlfriend.
She's on man. Isn't that what I was saying? But okay. Lord have mercy. Help today. But you want to be able, if you're gonna be a wife, you got to speak those things and be not as though they were. I'm not a girlfriend. And check this out. And to my married women that are married, you need to tell yourself that I'm not just a wife. I am I'm not just marriage. I'm not just married, but I am a wife. I
Yep.
want to be married and be a wife to my husband.
You better say that to
There's a
Castro.
difference. I'm not just married because people be out here married and be like roommates. No, I'm not just married. I'm your wife.
Yep.
And there's some stuff that comes with that. We spend time together. We go out. Me and my husband been together 30 years. 24 years of marriage. And baby, I still want to be taken out on a date. You understand me?
And
You
listen, I'm
want
tell
to,
y'all,
I still want to be going to a room. Let's go chill for 3 days away from everything and everybody. I'm a wife. I'm not just married to you, but I'm a wife.
and I'm gonna tell y'all something I told him. I never forget when he first came here. My daughter thought it was time for me to meet him because my daughters don't waste my time with dudes. Y'all, baby, get that in your spirit. My daughter won't bring me just anybody. No, I know when my daughter brings somebody to me, this must be special. And so when she decided to bring him to me, even though I knew him, I said, and I don't acknowledge boyfriends until you think it's worth me acknowledging because I'm not wasting my time getting to know a whole lot of dudes. Get that in your spirit. If you a daddy, man, this is deep. If you a daddy and you'd have met 5 different dudes that your daughter dating, she don't respect you
This man is raw. I just want to let y'all know this is the raw side of him. But Jesus. Yeah.
because I don't want to waste my daddy time with a whole bunch of nobodies. And so when she brought him to me and she said that, Daddy, I think this the one. I said, okay, then I made some things known to him. Say this is right. This is the house, home, not a hotel. You go ahead.
Come
And
on.
so I said, I make some things known to you. I said, as of right now, people need to hear this stuff like this more often. I said, as of right now, I have 100% responsibility of my child. I said, when you take her out, I give you 10% of protection. I'm still a provider. I'm still a pastor. I'm still a priest. I'm still a protector of 100% of her, but I give you 10% to protect her. When you leave my home, yes, all I give you is 10%. And I suggest and I hope you take care of the 10% I give you. And when you bring her back here, I have 100% again. I said, but the day you decide to marry her, I give you 100%. I don't want it back. I give you priests, I give a provider, I give you protector. Now, if you need help,
Oh,
we're here, but I don't give away my child 100% until I'm ready, until I think that you can handle her. And when he asked me, he came to me and he said, he called me, what do he call me? Papa, Pat, I can't
I
remember what he
don't know.
called
He
me.
called me Mama T. I don't know what he called you.
Yeah. Uh, but he come to me and he said, I got a question for you. I said, what's that, young man? He said, I want to marry your daughter. We sat on the front porch. And listen, I thought that was gonna be the easiest yes of my life. That turned into a
Oh, that's real talk, husband. That's not an easy. You think it is, but that's not an easy yes. I'm not finna cry on this thing
mm-mm.
to just give your baby over after your baby has been with you for
I
years.
know we got a couple minutes left, but this I had to give my daughter away
Woo.
twice. I had to give my daughter away twice. I give my daughter away in that conversation, and then I had to give her away on December 18th. And the time in between that conversation and December 18th, I had to pick up the pace on what I thought was the last 4 years. What happened when that 4 years turned to 4 months of true, you about to lose your child forever. He came to me and he asked me, he said, can I have your daughter hand in marriage? For every Pastor Bill, you got a daughter. For every daughter, dad out there got a daughter, you think, oh yeah, yeah, go ahead and take my child. But it's not like let you borrow
Ah,
my car.
come on,
It's not like let you borrow my tool bag.
come
It's
on,
not
right?
like let me borrow some money. This is, can I have the child that you raised for 21 years
Mm.
to have, to hold, and to keep as my wife for as long as she live.
Oh my God,
And as a father, I think to myself is number one, can you handle her?
Jesus.
Can you hold her? Are you ready for her? It took me 2.5 hours of talking to him to give him, I think so. I think so.
No, Dicker said, you know, we quick to give a yes.
I,
We went
I,
quick. I'm sorry. It's still, even though my baby said yes and she's married, it's still, that whoever say that this is easy, we are still in the transit. We call this family transition for something, because this is a transition, and you
it
think
actually calls
that,
family transactions, but I think it's a
oh,
transaction too.
oh, my bad. Let me take that off. It's been up there the whole time too.
It's still family transaction. We had some transactions. We had some
Yeah.
transactions. So So then he asked me, he said, okay, then, and no, do you need to get, can I bring Mama T in there? I said, no, 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 no. You got to have your own conversation with Mama T. For every mama, you think that you can put all this on daddy. No, 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 no. And he said, you going to be in there? I say, nope. That's your cross to bear. That's a whole different conversation. And they came in my office. They sit right here in his office. And he walked in and he asked her. I think 2 hours later, they finally came out of here. And I think she gave him, I don't think so.
I did. I did. I sure did. And nothing wrong with him. Markel is an amazing guy. I think my baby chose, her husband chose her wisely.
Yeah.
But I just say, as a mother, when your baby is here with you and your baby, you have your, and we depend on her. And, she's a vital,
Vital
all
organ
of
of
our
his
kids,
home.
all of our kids are. And so just to go through this for the first time, um, it is an emotional roller coaster.
It is.
And I can't believe I'm doing this live. I did, but I'm just like, everybody's been asking us, and you want to know how we feel? We don't know.
No.
This is different. This is not, I call my spiritual mother just in tears. And I thank God for her. Baby, she was even like, baby, I don't know what we would do. I don't know what
So,
happened. And
so
that's
how
where we
do you
are.
feel now as a father, knowing she's married? Do you still want to step in and save the day for her? So I'm gonna share that. Thank you for that question. Good question.
Good
So
question.
let me share this question right quick. Share this scenario right quick to talk about. So now December the 18th, she got married on December 19th. Now she had a private wedding. And the son Smith,
Good
good
morning.
morning. Hey, how you doing? She got married on December the 19th, had a small wedding. She's gonna have a bigger wedding in June the 19th.
28.
28th, June 28th. But so she had a small wedding, but December the 18th, she packed her stuff up and moved it to his house.
Woo!
And let's talk about that day. So it never gets easy. So my wife then was at the house. I was working. I had some things going on, and so I ended up meeting them at the house. But that day was hard for me. I didn't realize. I didn't know I carried the hurt, the pain of this day. I didn't know. You don't feel it when it happens. So I was upset, angry, aggravated, agitated all day. And then they said meet them at the house, and I took her, and I couldn't look at her. I couldn't look at my daughter. And I'm picking up their clothes and taking them in the house, dropping them off. She's come back home that night, but I know she's gone. Her stuff is in his house. And I looked at her, and all could come out my mouth over and over again was, "Are you ready?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm ready." And I asked again, and all she thought like I was joking, like, "You ready, girl?" And I'm like, "Are you ready?" And I kept feeling it every time I said it. "Are you ready?" And it hit me again. And I'm trying to say something else, trying to be happy, but I can't be happy. And her happiest moment in life, I can't be happy because I need to know the answer to this question. I said, "Are you ready?" She said, "What you mean, Daddy?" I said, "Baby, your daddy now, who's been taking care of you, feeding you, clothing you, providing for you, protecting you every day of your life since the time you came into mama womb, you was 100% my responsibility." I said, "Baby, are you ready for me to give you what I've carried for 21 years?" I said, "Up until now, I could protect you, but today I lose you to you, not to Markel, you. Are you ready to take on everything I've been doing as a father in your hands?" That hurt. That hurt that I had to trust and hope and wonder that I'd done everything I could as a father to make sure she was able to handle her from the rest of her life. I cried so hard. I went to my truck, sat in my driver's seat. Then my wife come in and she said, it's like a form of grief.
Mhm.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. My wife sat in the passenger seat and we sat there and we cried for 10 minutes.
We couldn't even move.
I couldn't help her.
And
She couldn't help me.
and my daughter said, Mama, go help daddy. I'm like, baby, I can't help him right now. I'm grieving too. Like this is, and for me to be there and seeing her pack up her stuff, I kept trying to be busy. I kept trying to be busy, not think about it, not think about it. It was just like, dang, I'm excited for her though. Please know, y'all, that we're excited for our baby. But we come to talk to the parents to let you know these statements of, oh, I can't wait till you leave my house. I can't wait till a man marry you and get married. You think that. But when you have your family, we have family meetings. We have Sundays. We watch Big Brother together. We have built traditions on Christmas where we wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning and we have a moment with our family. It's like, dang, are we still gonna have that? So when she showed up for Christmas on the night before, it was like, Lord, thank you. She still you want to be around us. When she came and got into bed and wanted to ask me questions about her marriage life, creating that from again going back to 10 years old to now, it's like we created a space where, like I said before, to all the newcomers that's on here, we said your child don't have to choose you when they leave your house. So if they're in ninth grade, I want to encourage you. You better start putting the work in now, because 12th grade gonna come like that. And even in 12th grade, we felt like, man, all her cousins was trying to get her to leave. I love my nephews and nieces, but them jokers made me sick in that season because they were so busy, like, you're grown, you can do this, you can do that. And we thought she was going to leave. Thank God she didn't, because what was rooted in her. So are we proud of our baby? Yes.
Yes, yes. And
So
like I said,
excited
this
for
is
her. But this is
a
a transaction. I don't know what I said on there.
transaction. But like I said, this is so who we talking to? Every parent who still got time left.
Come on, husband.
Even though it hurt me to give my child away that day, geez, that part,
Yeah, child
your
don't have to
child
get,
doesn't
yeah,
know.
they don't.
Even though it hurt me to give my child away that day, it hurt me because I was really losing. My daddy told my husband, "She's your problem now. Don't bring her back. No return policy."
What?
but
Baby, we told her she can come back this home. Her room is still her room. She
I,
can always come back home.
she said that. I said, "No, you better
I
not."
said that. My
I
baby
said,
can come home.
you better work it out." But listen, even though I gave my child away that day and it hurt, I was hurting. I was hurting because I had to give up my responsibilities. But she wasn't hurting because she knew she was ready. She knew that daddy maximized those last 4 years. I'm saying daddy. Mama did what she did. Mama did a great job. But this is an individual thing. Her leaving was not mama. It was mama problem, daddy problem separately. But she knew daddy maximized the last 4 years. I maximized her to be a wife. I maximized her to be a woman of God. I maximized everything that I could give her. My wife maximized her part and told
Yeah.
everything she could do, how to be a mother, how to
And
be a
but I'm,
wife.
I'm about to say this, even again, from the bank account to the bedroom, what to expect, what's going to happen, what, and the good, the bad, the ugly of the marriage, the things that's going to frustrate you, things you're going to go through. But we're here if you need us. Some things you don't need to come and tell us because that's not our business. Like all those conversations were necessary.
Yeah. So this was our chronicles of our transition, our transaction. So we thought it was necessary to share because yeah, a lot of y'all have already made those transitions. A lot of y'all probably laughing at us and saying y'all too much.
Oh,
But
well, I don't care.
but a lot of y'all haven't. A lot of y'all still got time. A lot of y'all got number two. Maybe number one went so fast that you still got time on number two. Um, I now got to refocus and start now realizing I got a second one. I'm safe. I a safe place for my daughter and give those rights up to that someone that may have the look to carry her, but not the capacity. Now that would be tough. I know.
Man.
I know. It's and we gotta value that, Bill. We gotta value that. I'm gonna tell you one of the greatest lessons I tell my children. One of the greatest lessons I tell my daughters, and I think this is the reason why she probably kept her virginity. I never forget, and fathers, you gotta tell this to them. I never forget my daughter who was in our first home. We was downstairs, and my daughters was probably barely old enough to read good. They can comprehend. They still learn how to read. And I sit them down and said, "Baby, I gotta tell y'all something right now." I said, "It's something that God gives us a lot of stuff." And a lot of things that God gives you, if you give it away, you can get it back. I said, if you give your toy away, you can get it back. If you give money away,
I
you can get it
remember
back.
that.
I
Yeah.
said, it's you can give a whole lot of stuff away and get it back. I said, but I only know one thing God has given us. Once you give it away, you can never, ever, ever get it back. And if you give it away, that person will have it for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I said, that's your virginity.
Yeah.
Your purity. I say, whoever ever gets your purity, your virginity, will have it forever, and there's no takebacks. Please choose wisely. Said that to them years ago. See what
Yeah.
happened? We don't put enough emphasis on those valuable things that's a gift from God.
Yeah.
We over time. I know we got to go.
Yeah. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope this is encouraging. If you're just jumping on, go watch the replay, man. Great information. Somebody said, real quick, how do you start that conversation with
Conversation with
preteens? Because
preteens.
mine are approaching the dating game. Oh, we've talked about everything else, but we haven't really touched on dating. I know for me, from a mother's point of view, is uh constantly having that communication and having that conversation about and sharing your
I was
mistakes.
just gonna say that. Use your
I had
experiences.
to share my mistakes. I let my children know my first experience. And I let them know the mistakes that I made. I let them know, different things that happen within me, and to let them know, man, I don't want to see that for y'all. Take them out individually for me because I have three girls. So I had individual conversations to where, hey, now you're older. So I want to talk to you about some stuff and some mistakes that mama made. This is, and daddy doing his thing, what he said that he does.
I got
But
mistakes that I made that every child learned around 13. And
everybody learned, they
and then
got the
say,
story.
they'll come back and say, Dad, did you tell Lana yet? And then and then Ken and Lana like, Dad, you tell Madison
Oh,
yet?
Madison,
I tell them all, because they can't handle all of you too early. But you can give enough of you, and then you get the rest of you, and then as they go, oh, but don't you and listen, and then they would throw you back in your face. Well, y'all did it, and y'all got away with it, and da. But still, at least you know me, and I gave you a chance to learn from me.
and it's almost like, and I'm gonna say this, and I mean this in a good way, is that in order for your child to get naked, what I mean by naked, meaning they tell all their stuff to you, you got to be willing to tell. There's an age. Our age was 13, 14, that, and you will know the maturity of your child to
Yep.
where now you tell a lot of your stuff with them, and now they get, it's like a friendship. It's like a marriage. You be able to share stuff, they share stuff with you. And so it's like a back and forth. And so that's, I believe that's why our child was able to come to us and tell us, and whoever, you don't know which one, but that they were vaping. They came and told us, oh my God, mama, I vaped and I smoked and they made mistakes and they didn't mind telling us, and we didn't make them feel like the devil because they did it. We had a
Yeah.
conversation like, girl, let me tell you, man, your mama used to roll up a blunt like good every day. You understand me? Like understanding that you share your story too, which makes them want to share with you as well. So
And what our parents did, our parents wanted us to believe they were angels, and they never did no wrong. Yeah, the
yeah,
mofo was a mess back in the days.
and they ain't
You,
say nothing. We starting to learn older what they
them,
would.
them,
Yeah, was
them trees go straight up. Papa was messing with this person and that person. Girl, yes, I don't hide much from mine because I feel like I made a lot of mistakes because I did not have anyone to talk to. Exactly,
come on. I
exactly.
exactly. I know what
So
that feels like.
now remember, you can't be their friend, but you can be friendly.
Yes,
Difference,
that's
difference.
good.
So,
Well, I
so
say different, but we ain't gonna talk about that on this live because my baby is my friend. So, and I don't care who say any different, but they are my friend. With a line of understanding. Let's say that. Oh, Bishop, you had to turn that camera back on. You dirty. Whatever. So we thank y'all for rocking out with us. We got to get to work. Thank y'all so much. We pray that this was encouraging. Them old folks was getting into. I'm telling you, baby, they got some stories. When they start putting it together, messed us up. But
I
we
got my
thank y'all.
baby. I got my baby shirt on today.
Let me see
The
your name.
Sam Houston
Wait.
shirt.
Oh, okay. Go on, husband.
Bearcat.
Bearcats. Our baby is graduating this year too, y'all, and she's
Yes.
getting married. So we have a whole. She's graduating from college as well as doing the big wedding. So we have a lot of emotions going on over here in the Heart and Home. But we are learning and growing. We pray that your week is amazing. We pray that you walk into the things that God has designed for you to do. We pray that this has helped you to say, "Let me sit down and have a conversation." I need you to heart it up. Put the number one. Say, "Okay, I got to have a do a revamp." I feel like even after us talking about this, husband, I got to do a whole revamp and go sit down and have a conversation with Lana, then have a conversation with Madison all over again. So I pray that it allows you to build that and have that communication that was
Oh my
necessary.
God. They've been talking a lot on here, ain't they?
Yeah, they've been talking a lot. This was good. Family trans part two. Look, see, they got my family transactions. It was supposed to be family transitions, but family transaction part. This has been a transaction that is happening in this house. Thank y'all so much. I see y'all ones. See y'all
Yes,
ones.
yes, yes. Love y'all.
Y'all, we shared
Hey,
and cried.
keep rocking with
Thank you.
Harden. Us, our coffee conversation every first Monday of the month. Put us on a reminder. Put a reminder on your phone, 7 o'clock. put a reminder on your Facebook. Put a reminder wherever you got to, and say, "Hey, hold up, the Harden's gonna jump on. Let's see what they're talking about this time."
Today.
We don't
Yeah,
never know. We pick it like right before we jump on. What we gonna talk about today?
every time. And this here was good. So I enjoyed rocking out with you, husband. Thank y'all for
Me
rocking
too.
out. Until then, if you don't remember everything else, remember, you're a product of God's grace and mercy when you see yourself through God's eyes and not people. Because we are changing our minds to change the world one family at a time. Here we go. Let's grow. Have a great week. Bye bye.
Bye.